It just doesn't even seem like it's glued together anyway. I bet. Yeah, look. So that's not going to help. Today's little job is quite an interesting one. It's one that us as plumbers, you get called out to quite a lot, and it's usually quite hard to sort out and get to the bottom of. As soon as you run that, the water's going to go onto there and not even get into the drain. You can feel the weight in that of the water, where it's obviously sitting from this point here onto there, metre and a half on the back of there into the spike trap that's there under the sink. So I'm going to say there's probably 4 metres washing machine pipework that's going to sit along there. Now, when that's been used, the water will be pumped out, but there's still going to be old water in there if you haven't used it for a couple of days that will begin to smell. Right, handy little tip for capping off these spigots, you know, when you get rid of the washing machine hose, as we have done. Get yourself a rubber glove. Here you go. Tiff's top tip. And I always like to test washing machines whenever I've moved them or disconnect them or put them back in, just to make sure they're all right, they drain and they don't, you know, rattle around. And look at that. There you go. That weren't even glued up anyway. Right, welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody is doing well. I'm just about over my holiday now. This week, this first week back at work, has been a bit of a slog. You know, when you've been away and you've got to get back into it, and the messages have caught up and the voicemails have caught up, and there's little jobs that I've got to try and get to before cracking on with the jobs that I've got booked in. You know, little jobs that have come in over the time when I've been away, but it's all part and parcel of running your own business. Yeah, it's all good fun. Right, this week we've got a job that I've had a few of these over the years, and I'm sure all the plumbers out there watching will know when you get the phone call and we've got a funny smell coming from the bathroom, or we've got a funny smell coming from the kitchen sink. The kitchen sink one could usually be, always check this, it could usually be the actual waste fitting inside the sink. People tend to put a lot of food and crap and mashed up rubbish down the sinks. So first thing, always check, is inside the actual waste fitting that goes into the sink. Just take it out, clean it up, wipe it down, reseal it, refit it. This job isn't that, but you'll see anyway with it coming up. But yeah, that's just a little tip for you. Always check the waste fittings. So yeah, we've got that. It's just a smell that this person's had in their property for a while. And it's quite interesting what's causing it and how we rectify it and what we find behind the washing machine to do with the old pipework. But you'll see in the video anyway. Before you carry on, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I haven't asked for the subscriber button to be hit for a while, but I'm just conscious of it starting to creep up. We're nearly at that 20,000. I would love to be able to hit that 20,000 before the end of the year. I know the first year on YouTube we hit 10,000, which was amazing. Now we're dead close to 20,000. It'd be brilliant if we could hit that sort of November time. So if you like the channel, you watch the channel, I know there's loads of people, I can tell by the YouTube's algorithms and the data that they give you, that there is a lot of people that watch the channel that aren't subscribed. It doesn't cost anything to be subscribed to the channel. Also, if you're subscribed, you won't miss any content that I'm putting out, because as I said before, I do chuck the odd little video out between my Wednesday and Sunday videos as well. So also, yeah, we've got loads of good stuff coming up. We've got some good jobs coming up, and we've also got spoke to Pablo. If anyone's on Instagram, if you're on Instagram, you'll know who Pablo is, I don't know. But I spoke to him the other day, and he's arranging for a few of us. I think he's got a few fingers in a few pies or whatnot, but he's arranging for a few of us to go for a tour of a factory. I'm not going to say what factory it is yet, but it'll be dead interesting to go to tour this factory. It's something that every plumber will have fitted or will have used at some point in their career, from apprentices right up to the old school plumbers of yesteryear, shall we say. So yeah, so that's coming up. As soon as it's stamped and sealed and done, I'll let you know what it is. But yeah, that'll be interesting. Right, I'm rambling now, so let's get on with the video. And as I said, hit that subscribe button, drop me a comment below, and I'll catch you soon.
Welcome to your EE voicemail. You have one new message and one saved message. First new message received today at 8:26 a.m.
Hi, I follow you on social media. I've just purchased an igloo and I need an outside tap. If you could call me back, thanks. My name's Pablo. Thank you.
To return the call at your normal call rate, press hash.
So today's little job is quite an interesting one. It's one that us as plumbers, you get called out to quite a lot, and it's usually quite hard to sort out and get to the bottom of, and it's funny smells. People will ring you up with, got a funny smell coming from the shower or the basin or the sink or something like that, and it can be a bit of a nightmare. So this customer called me out to one of those funny smells, sort of in their kitchen area and also upstairs in the bathroom. Now when I first come out to it, as soon as I walked into here, I could smell that sort of musty, you know, damp, watery smell. So we had a look round. They recently had a new washing machine put in, and the company that put the washing machine in said the pipework at the back needs sorting out. So I popped my head in, had a look, and when I was here, we run the washing machine up, and it was gurgling through this waste. So I had a look, and as you can see here, they teed the washing machine in. Now I've teed washing machines in to spike traps before, as all of us have done, not a problem. But I think the problem with this one is it's quite a run. Also, you know, if you can stop it from going in there, and there is a different way of doing it, it's always best to do it. So what I'm assuming is here, the waste pipe from the sink is going to run behind the washing machine. Now I've been told that this is one of those not as deep washing machines, a little bit of a thinner washing machine, so hopefully we've got enough room at the back to put a hockey stick in, washing machine trap in. Also, the bathroom's above, and they were saying that sometimes in the bathroom they get this musty smell as well. Now, I came outside, the waste pipe goes here. Now I think this is what the issue is. This is the waste pipe for the sink. Bearing in mind it's been like this for 15-20 years at least since they've lived here. Waste pipe comes in, as soon as you run that, the water's going to go onto there and not even get into the drain, if that makes sense. So what we'll do is extend that, or we're going to renew all the pipework anyway, to come off here and get it directly into the drain, because, you know, if that's been running for 15 odd years, just going into here, A, only a small part of it will be going down into the drain, B, it will be soaking down into the floor. And what I've noticed is the corner of this building, if you sort of look, I don't know if you can pick it up, but it's cracking all the brickwork, and it's like exaggerated. If this corner has been soaked after 15 years of just a little bit of water getting there, I might be wrong, but it's just a guess, is it's beginning to subside a little bit that way. I don't know, I'm not a building structural engineer, but constant water there can't be great. So we're gonna whip the washing machine out, see what pipework we've got behind there, renew it in, renew it out, hopefully get a washing machine trap behind there so we can get away with it being teed into the trap, into the spike trap, and then extend that directly into the drain, because you can sort of smell in this area it's really strong. And what I think is sometimes the smell's coming up here and possibly going through the bathroom window and making the bathroom smell a little bit. So that's today's little challenge. So we're going to start with getting this washing machine out. It's dead tight. I think, what are these called, galleon kitchens? So we're going to get this washing machine out if I can, and just get it out here so it's out of the way. I think it's going to be quite tight getting around there, we'll have to see. So I'll get back to you when it's out. That's the washing machine pulled out of its position now. I've disconnected the water feed from it. What I did, I turned it off under the sink and disconnected it off the back of here. Just gives us a lot more room to move around. Obviously unplugged it. Now with the waste on it, you've probably got 1.5 metre standard tube off the back of the appliance here. You can feel the weight in that of the water, where it's obviously sitting from this point here onto there, probably, I don't know, 1.5 metres on the back of there, then up into the spike trap that's there under the sink. So I'm going to say there's probably 4 metres, 3.5, 4 metres of washing machine pipe work that's going to sit along there. Now we all know that when that's been used, and the water will be pumped out, but there's still going to be old water in there if you haven't used it for a couple of days that will begin to smell. So what we'll do, we'll get rid of this. They've coupled it up here by the looks of it. Yeah, onto another bit of pipe. So we can disconnect that there, disconnect the waste pipe under the sink where the trap is. Now, the good thing with this is, now, I was told of this anyway, this washing machine is one of the thin ones. So if we measure it, it's 500. So if we work 500 to the front of the appliance there, we've got 2-inch gap, or as good as 2-inch gap at the back. So this means, fortunately with this, I'm going to put a T in here, come up with a washing machine hockey stick, and then this waste pipe can just go straight into the hockey stick. It'll have its own trap on it. Redo this pipe work going out in black because it will just work better, and then we can get it right down into the drain there. Let's get this waste disconnected off here, drain down, get this out of the way. To be fair, I can push it down into the kitchen that way, and then we can redo this, and it will be a lot better and a lot less smelly. I've said it before, I'll say it again, the Aquavac is perfect for this because we're going to have 3 meters of waste water in this waste pipe. I'm going to obviously undo it here, and the Aquavac, I'm just going to sit there and it can suck up all the waste water that's going to be in there without getting behind the units and getting under the floor. There we go, that's that disconnected. So we'll start seeing what we're going to do here. I've just noticed while cutting this 1.5-inch pipe here, ready to put the T in, this probably relates to a little bit of the smell as well. This fitting here, as you may be able to see, is all corroded, and if the camera's picking that up, it just doesn't even seem like it's glued together anyway. I bet, yeah, look. So that's not going to help, because I dare say that's been dripping into here as well at some point. So we're just going to finish getting this cut out. In fact, you'll probably be able to see it. There we go. So that's cut off there. Look at that. There you go. That weren't even glued up anyway. So that's been like that for 15 odd years as well. So what we'll do, we'll get the Aquavac on here, suck out that crap out the pipework, and then we're renewing everything that way anyway, because it goes out the door and into that drain. But yeah, that weren't even connected in, well, weren't even glued up anyway. What I've done now is trimmed back this waste pipe and cut the 45s that were going out. Obviously we're renewing all of that, so I've trimmed it right back here to get these 2 45s on here, which now allows me to set this washing machine trap so it's just underneath that plug socket. There's our line on the wall that we can work to, so we're well in the tolerances there, but it just means then I can tee in at this point here up into the side of the hockey stick like so, and then that's the washing machine trap, and then we can come out and sort out there shortly. But it just means we've reinstated, or it weren't even reinstated because there wasn't one there in the first place, but now they'll have a separate waste for the washing machine with the trap in the bottom of it, and then we can get rid of, well, what I'll do is pull out from that end where it's connected into that spike trap, and then blank that spike trap off so we get no more smells through there, and it's going to stop that kitchen sink from gurgling as well. So that's going to work a treat. That T will sit there, that in there, elbow in, job done. that is that side of this job done. As I said, we've teed in there, up, got the hockey stick in. Now the waste from the washing machine, obviously we've got to put that back into position yet. Waste of the washing machine going straight in there. We can reconnect the water feed onto the back, and I can turn it on under the sink, cap off where the old pipe was going and pull that pipe out. But yeah, so now it's got a standalone water trap here, whereas before it didn't, and as we noticed there was a leak on the pipe because it just hadn't been glued in properly. You know, these little things, if there's just that little musty smell, there's got to be an issue somewhere. So that has rectified that side, and then all we've got to do now out here, where that pipe is sticking through the wall just there, will come down into this drain. Right, a handy little tip for capping off these spigots, you know, when you get rid of the washing machine hose, as we have done. Get yourself a rubber glove, cut the little finger off it, and poke it onto the end of the spigot. Then obviously it's a visible thing if ever it has to come off, but it's going to stop any smells coming through it. Here you go, Tiff's top tip. So we're outside now, so we've got the waste pipe sticking out the wall there, ready for an elbow to go on, and then we're going to poke a bit of black waste pipe down into there, cut a corner out that gully cover and poke it directly in there. But as you can see here, look, it's just damp. So what I think the customer's going to get done is they're going to have these slabs up and reform this, concrete this back in, or, you know, cement that back in or whatever, get it all sealed up once it's dried out, and then I think they're going to have the walls pointed up and whatnot as well. But at least we know all the wastewater is going to be going in there. They've also got this one here, which is coming from that down pipe there, and apparently it goes underneath here. So when they have this out, I'm going to come and redirect that one into there as well, just so that everything is going down in that gully. Right, let's get this little bit done here. There we go, all working fine. I always like to test washing machines whenever I've moved them or disconnect them or put them back in, just to make sure they're all right, they drain and they don't rattle around and have problems with the kitchen. So that's that sorted, because before, when that was draining, obviously because it was teed into here, it was gurgling and pulling more air in. So that's fine now, that's working fine. And so now dumping the water into the drain instead of all here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to wait till all this comes out, and then I'm going to put some clips onto that, because at the minute, if we drill into that, it's going to just crack all of that. Obviously I can't get into there to drill there. It's pretty solid, but I'll do that when we come and sort that out, and do that with a little bit of down pipe. Yeah, so that's that little issue sorted out. Now the water's all going down there and it's not becoming stagnant in this area here, which should get rid of the smells that are also creeping up there. So that should get rid of all the smells and the problems that they're having with the drainage outside, seeping up through the windows, and the gurgling and the issues here. So yeah, relatively straightforward fix, but my concern was obviously it had been leaking into that area for years and years and years. So as I said, that's all going to get pointed up, patched up, screeded, concreted, whatever's going to be done there, and also patch up some of the wall and stuff like that. So yeah, nice little job, done and dusted.